everyone, RG here and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 speed build on the channel. Well, it's not really a speed build, it's more like a challenge for all of you for celebration of the new upcoming pack, the Decorator or the Home Decorator, Dream Home Decorator, whatever it's called, something with a decorator, which I'm super hyped for it. And I decided that we are gonna do a challenge. Well, I'm gonna do a challenge and you can participate if you want to. And it will be the ultimate challenge of Decorator. Are you a decorator? Do you know how to decorate? Because if you do, this is the challenge for you. So in the past few days I created this abandoned, left out, left down, left to rot, whatever you want to call it, neglected even, some sort of a state, mini mansion, again, call it whatever you like, home, house, garbage bag, I don't know, call it whatever you like. I created this in the past few days and I decided that I want you to renew it, to remake it, to renovate it, to remodel it. So to sum up, welcome everyone to RG's Decor Needed Challenge. Woohoo! Yay! So this is something for you to do with the new pack. You can of course do it without the new pack. But I want you to take this really horrible mini mansion and make it your own, with your signature, with your style. Of course, you need to follow some rules, and I'm gonna cover them in a bit. You can find all the rules in the description down below, but in here I'm gonna just expand a bit more about the rules because there are some tricky spots here that you need to know. And of course, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And at the end, the top 5 most amazing builds that I'm gonna find that you submitted will be featured in a video. If you have a YouTube channel, a Twitch account, a Twitter account, or anywhere you posting your creations, all of those gonna be fitted in that Let's Tour for the top 5 creations that I'm gonna like. Because I highly believe in showing the love and support to this community and show others what others can create, basically. So yeah, giving shout outs to anyone that is making something awesome is definitely something I want to do. So let's get started with the things that you cannot do to this build, because there's nothing more fun than bummed you up in the first things that you hearing from me in the video, right? So while you're watching me creating this broken down house, I'm gonna cover the things that you cannot do and then the things that you can do. So listen closely, because I'm gonna give you some ideas and tips or things that more like what I'm expecting you to do. But again, I want you to go crazy within the limits. So let's start with the rules. Things that you cannot do. You cannot touch my walls. And you're gonna see in a bit that there are some broken walls, broken like half walls that I created them like broken down walls with exposed beams and stuff like that. You need to fix them, of course. I expect you for a fix for them, and you need to do that. But you cannot remove any of the outside walls. You cannot change the configuration of the build from the outside. We will get to the inside in a bit, but as I said, you cannot touch my walls and you cannot change them to half walls. You cannot do anything with the outside walls. I have something in mind, the way I want to represented at the tour, and I want the build basically to not lose his design, its overall design. So you cannot touch those walls. And yeah, let's move on to the second thing, which is you cannot change the roof design, okay? And this is important. As you can see, there is a broken down roof at the second level and the first level. And right now I'm actually making the first level with some with those wood beams. Those are basically like indicators for a broken roof. You can make any type of roof in that section only. You can make it flat roof, you can make it half gabbled, you can make it gabbled. I don't know what you want to do with that roof. You can do it whatever you like, but you cannot change the existing roof as it is. And I'm talking only about the design. The tiling, the roof like pattern, you can change the color, you can change and do whatever you want with it. The trims, you can do whatever you want with them, but you cannot change the height, the style, the design of the roof. It needs to stay the same. Moving on to the pool. There is a pool at the backyard of this mansion or this mini mansion, and you cannot change the shape of it, which is a rectangle. It's kind of simple rectangle, 3 by 10, I think, something like that. You cannot change the shape or the location of it. You can change anything related to the design and the patterns and the colors and the lighting, and you can add fountains to it. You can do anything to like furnish it more or renovate it the best way you see, but you cannot change like the location and the size of it. Okay, this is important. Now you can see right now the pool behind, but actually I made it empty. I made it with platform. You need to drag a real pool over that platform just because I wanted this build to look, you know, neglected. Okay, so this is the rule regarding the pool. Moving on, you can't remove the entrance fountain, and in a bit you're gonna see it. I created some sort of a driveway into the mansion, and I placed a fountain in the middle of that driveway with a side driveway into the entrance. So you're gonna see that in a bit, but you cannot move or delete it. You need to remake it. Basically, it's overgrown fountain with some weeds and some plants that grown inside. You need to remake it. Now, if you don't have like this specific fountain, there is a base game fountain. You can switch it to the base game, but the fountain must stay over there. Okay, this is important. Moving on, regarding windows and opens like doors. You cannot add more windows to the existing structure. You cannot move them around. You cannot change the location of them, but you can change the type of them and colors. Those are base game windows. You can do whatever you like. You can make this build more like a farmhouse if you want. If you want to go modern farmhouse, and then you can change the type of the windows to maybe a big size windows. You cannot delete them, you cannot add more, but you can change the style of them. Same thing goes to the doors. You cannot move them, you can change them. Let's move on. The next thing that you cannot do is to change the driveway design. There is like a rocky landscape over there, which is I really love that, and I don't want you to change the landscaping of that driveway. It's basically like a circular one around the fountain. I think I said that you cannot change it. You can change the pattern of the driveway, but it needs to stay the same. You cannot like paint whatever you want on the ground. The entrance, the driveway to the mansion, and that circular area around the fountain needs to stay the same way. You can change again the style of it, the pattern on the ground you can change, but you cannot change the whole landscaping over there. Of course, you need to take down those weeds around and maybe work with some flowers, or you just want it to be empty, or make like a border around that driveway. Do whatever you want, but the driveway design must stay the same. I said it's gonna be hard and tough, and basically what I'm doing right now is just like in real life when a customer invites you, the decorator, to its home and tells you what you can do and what you cannot do. So you need to follow those instructions in order to be eligible to like be chosen for that tour. Anyway, let's move on. You cannot use custom content, and for that I'm gonna talk about more what is a custom content. Custom content is anything that is from the outside world, not from the original game, regarding objects in the game. Objects. And I mean, for example, you cannot bring a BMW into the driveway. You cannot bring a electronic stovetop that is not part from the new pack into the game, something that created by a modder or a custom content creator. You cannot bring, I don't know, new rugs and new windows and new things that I need to download in order for them to be added to the game. Yes, you can use the tool mod, but more of that later. You cannot use custom content. Don't bring me a Rolls Royce into the driveway, okay? Let's move on. You cannot add more levels to the mansions. 2 levels above the grounds, you cannot change. Actually, I said it. You cannot change the structure of the overall structure. So you cannot add another level. This is I just felt that I need to say that for the smart-ass people. So no, you cannot add those like another level to the structure. Let's move on. you need, and that's basically the end of the restrictions that you have in this build. And right now we can see actually the driveway. That thing needs to stay, but you can renew it, okay? Let's move to the more positive thing, which is the things that you can do with this challenge, and I actually encourage you to do. You can change the stairs location. There is the stairs inside. You can change them. You can change the way they are built. You can change the location. You can do whatever you want. You can add platforms. You can do whatever you want with those platforms as long as you do not add new walls into the existing structures. Remember, walls you cannot, platforms you can. Basically, you can work with the platforms inside more than in outside, but you can actually combine great design of platforms with the pool outside. I never said anything about that, right? So you can add platforms. You can change the configuration of the rooms inside. Now, there is no really configuration right now. There are just I kind of created some sort of illusion how the configuration is set right now. You'll have some broken down kitchen, broken down living room, broken down dining room. So you can change the location of them, and you can add walls and half walls inside the house. Basically, change the configuration the way you want it to be inside the house. That thing is loud. You can add basement, so basically you can have another full area underneath that mansion. You can add a wine cellar if you want. You can add, I don't know, a hidden secret top science lab or whatever. I don't know what you want to do with a basement. You can do it. You can do whatever you want with a basement. Yes, you can do that. And by the way, right now you can see the broken down pool. I really love it. You just need to remake it. Of course, you cannot do that with those platforms, but think of something. I'm sure that you can come up with something amazing. Anyway, more things that you can do in the challenge. You can use any of the packs, including all the kits, all the things. I have all of them, and I will be able to see all of your creations. You can do that. You can also use all the building related codes, all the cheat codes, from BB point move objects to hidden objects and show entity objects or whatever it is. You can use all of them. It's totally okay. You can add fountains. Okay, this is important. You can add fountains, the springs of the fountains, the fountain tool itself. You can use them if you want to make something awesome with it. You can do that. And last but not least, you can use the tool mod. The tool mod, of course, is one of the most amazing things in the game. So if you are a PC player, of course, you can do that. I do know that people, don't worry, people with that playing on consoles, they do have a less, well, they can't really use the tool mod, let's face it. So they have less options, but don't give up, because if you just go back to the days where I was creating, you know, things without the tool mode, you still can see that I created really awesome things even without it. So don't feel bad, and probably that's not gonna affect how amazing your build is. I'm counting on all of you to create amazing jobs and amazing creations, and I want to see them all. So don't just give up because you cannot use a tool mode, okay? Now, of course, anything else that I did not cover means that you can change it. For an example, the lighting. You can change the poles, the lighting poles. You can change the style of them. I do not want you actually. I'm not encouraging you to change the amount of them, but I do encourage you to change the style of them, because those are basically not working ones. So replace them with something. I'm not telling you that to add more or less, but it will be awesome to see if you can just keep the amount and the location that they are like set right now, and just change them to a new one that's working. Things like trees and bushes, I did not say anything about them because I'm giving you a free hand to do whatever you want with them. You can replace them, you can take them off, except the big boulder at the beginning. I told you you cannot remove it, but other things you can. Of course, the fence around this structure, which I really love, but you can see that there are some broken areas. You can keep that fence and just fix it, or you can make something else, go with another type of fence. Do whatever you want with it. If I didn't say that you cannot do anything to it, if you cannot change it, or if you're not allowed to touch it, you can do whatever you want with it. And of course, there are many areas around this build that are broken and you need to fix them. You need to take off those planks from the windows to take those, I don't know how you even call them, those scratches mark and those piled area or peeled off area from the walls, and you need to take them, of course, to clean the house, refurnish it, remodel it. I really want to see amazing builds. I want to see before and after, and that's exactly what we're gonna do in the tour itself. So yeah, feel free to do something amazing with this build. And yeah, right now we are in the inside of it, and I did not invest much in it. I just kind of wrecked it so it will look bonded. And again, just enjoy with this challenge. It's not gonna be simple. I'm betting it's not gonna be simple, but, and this is the biggie, you need to submit your creations until the 22 in June, which is gonna be, I think, 3 weeks from now. 3 weeks? I think it's 3 weeks from now. And I just want to give you enough time and you know, things, because you need to do a lot. You need to clean this place before you even start furnish it or remodeling it. You cannot just take the hammer tool and grab it all over the place, because you're gonna delete things that you cannot delete with the rules. So you need to do that manually. And yeah, submit that to the gallery, and the hashtag for participating is RG Decor Needed Challenge. I'll leave it, of course, all the information, all the things that I covered are gonna be in the description down below for you. And of course, in this video, I just expand a bit more things that I think that you need to put your focus on and remember, and yeah. In general, it's going to be a lot of fun to tour your creations, and of course, the top 5 creations are going to be featured in a Let's Tour video that I'm going to present the top 5 creations. So if you do have a YouTube account or a Twitch account or a Twitter account, or where you are publishing your creations or a ID in the gallery, of course, do place them in the descriptions of your submitted project, so that way I can feature them if you are one of the top 5 that are going to be featured in that video. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're going to participate. I want to see a lot of amazing builds. I want to see what you can do with this estate or mini mansion or whatever you want. You can go crazy, create it super amazing. It can be a modern farmhouse, it can be a mini mansion, it can be, I don't know, go crazy. So until the next time, I'm gonna see you in the next video, probably in this Friday, so stay tuned for that. Keep that Sims party going for me. RGR Gaming, signing off.
Someone will take the time. Don't go looking, babe, here I am. Now if you want a real good friend, or if you need some sweet loving, or if you're looking for someone who won't pretend, don't go looking, babe,